about 5 months ago, we moved 221,000 feet from our home in Longview, and it hasn't all been sunshine and flowers. You see, I've only moved like 4 times in my entire life. When I joined the Navy in 2001, I moved a couple times in the Navy, but that doesn't count because they told me I had to. Then when I got out of the Navy, me and my wife moved from San Diego County up to Longview, Washington, and we had lived there for the last decade until September. And then in September, we moved 42 miles from Longview, Washington to Hillsboro, Oregon, which isn't really that far, but when you've been somewhere for 10 years, that's quite a move. And we had some other options for moving farther away. One of the places we were looking at was eastern Pennsylvania, which is significantly farther from Longview, Washington than Hillsboro, Oregon is. And I think that's part of what we're dealing with, is it feels like we didn't move that far. Not a sponsor. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal that we even moved. And even though it's only an hour and 15-minute drive, we see significant friends and family from Longview significantly less than we used to see them when we lived there. We're settling into a new life, and sometimes I tell myself it shouldn't be this hard because I didn't move that far. I still see my parents fairly often. I still see friends from Longview for birthday parties and special events, but the relationships aren't the same as they were. Now let's see if we can make B-roll of doing dishes look interesting. You know, I probably should have been singing the Blunt the Knives song from The Hobbit. That would have made that dish doing sequence much nerdier, I guess. So dishes are done. Dinner was great. Once a month we have a family meeting where somebody gets to choose a special treat if we've done our chores for the whole month. Tonight was Josiah's choice. It's dark, you might be able to see him. And he chose to come to Dairy Queen and get blizzards, so that's what we're doing with our evening. It should be delicious. Like, seriously delicious. You see, at our house in Longview, we really had our rhythms. We had been there for a long time. One thing that I loved is we had a one-car garage, which we never parked in. I had actually sealed the door closed, and it was the office. Here in Hillsboro, we have a 2-car garage, and turns out we keep a car in it. But I have this corner, 1/4 of this garage, as a office type area, couch, Lego table, TV, dartboard that I don't use very often. But this place has really not been clean and usable since we moved in here 5 months ago. So tonight I'm going to clean up a little bit. I'll show you more of the Lego table. A couple weeks ago, me and my son were kind of learning how to juggle out here. A couple of straight tennis balls, wreaked some havoc out there. So I'm going to pick that up, and just, it's important for me, the kind of my personality, to have routine and to figure out when I do things and how I do things. And I really haven't quite gotten settled here in Hillsboro yet, which it's been 5 months. That's kind of a long time, but kind of not. So I'm really hoping to get into a rhythm, a routine, and keep finding my groove here in Hillsboro. So the Lego City is set up. This area is clean-ish. I totally need to vacuum. I've still got a few piles to put away. But I really am hoping to feel more settled here in Hillsboro, and to just be willing to admit, as a family, we've been doing this the last couple weeks, just to admit that we miss Longview. We feel like Hillsboro is absolutely where God has for us right now. We're super excited about what is in store at Alliance Bible Church and with our new friends down here, but we miss the place that we called home for 10 years. So if you're a praying person, we'd love your prayers as we adjust to life in a new place. One of my favorite things about Hillsboro is going to the dollar store, and if I buy 5 things, it costs me $5 even. No sales tax at the dollar store. seriously one of my favorite things about Hillsboro. Thank you so much for checking out the video this week. I hope you have a great week as we walk the journey towards Jesus together. Just take care, Polar Bear. To subscribe, click on the circle on the left. To check out a friend's channel, click that circle on the right. To watch a video that YouTube thinks you should watch, click that box in the middle. And if you want to learn more about supporting me on Patreon, click the link in the description.